Live. Welcome back to the Backflip Entertainment College Football Show. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Backflip Entertainment College Football Show, presented by
Too fast.
Backflip Breaks. What?
You're saying too fast. Slow down. I can't handle it. The intro's too fast.
I just did it. Welcome
I feel like
back,
I got whiplash.
everyone. Which one did you like better, the first one or the second one?
I'm so shook.
I like the second one better. I just didn't expect it. I got like whiplash.
Okay, so I did it correctly. Anyway, welcome back. Cooper, would you like to tell us why you ranked Indiana third on this week's list?
That's a false statement. But I almost did that out of pettiness.
Hey Cooper, did you watch the Indiana Ohio State game this weekend? Just wondering if you caught this one.
Right?
The sad thing is I deserve this.
You do. I
was going to give the floor to you to explain how you felt about Indiana now. Or Ohio State.
You know, personally, like the ranking Ohio State against Indiana back and forth between us has not been personal. It really hasn't. It's not a personal shot against Indiana. It's not like I hate Fernando Mendoza or anybody on the team. And it's not out of a love for Ohio State. I can tell you that for sure. As a Minnesota fan, getting destroyed by them seemingly every time we faced them over the last God knows how many years has not made me love them. No, it's not personal. Change my name back. You can change my name to Depressed. That's how I felt all this week because I knew that this was coming. And well, like I said earlier, what's sad is like I know I deserve this. I deserve all the heat. I deserve all of the hate. I was wrong. I'm a man. I can admit it. I was 40. Wrong. Huh?
You're a man. You're 40.
Yeah. But I got to give credit to Indiana. I think, honestly, what was most impressive about that game is just how good a defense both teams had. Couple of mishaps on both sides. Like the missed field goal there at the end from Ohio State was crushing for them. That's when I knew I fucked up. Like right then and there, I was like, I'm in trouble. But honestly, I came away obviously thinking that Indiana, I have to rank them ahead of them now, unfortunately. But I know, crazy.
Are you sure? Are you
yes,
sure?
Yep. We'll
you
make
don't
it
have
official.
to. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not going to force it to you.
I know it'll be an orgasmic experience for the two of you when I finally do it in this top 12.
It already was.
Oh,
it already was.
No, it'll be even better once you actually hear me say it.
There's three of us here.
Yeah, I know. You're the creep in the corner waiting, just like, just watching from behind.
The guy in the chair sits in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been sitting in the corner of the hotel room.
Mm-hmm. He just sitting there waiting, just waiting and waiting. I feel like, honestly, coming away from that game, though, it's hard for me to even consider any other team as like a legit national championship contender. I feel like this matchup that we just saw at the Big Ten Championship is just going to be the national championship game now. Like watching that game and seeing how good both defenses were, I don't feel like there's even an offense out there that can put up a fight against Indiana or Ohio State on either side of the bracket.
Have you seen Navy?
In the bracket.
We'll get to that.
But yeah, I was wrong. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
I almost tried to because I thought about going all out if Ohio State won and doing a cardinal sin of buying Ohio State merch and showing up here with like an Ohio State hat and a shirt and just like.
I know your ass. You would have shown up with Brutus's head on.
Yeah. If I could
we would
have found that
Corso over here.
Exactly. If I could have found a bunch of Ohio State stuff, I would have had it. But I saved myself hundreds of dollars by Ohio State losing, I guess, because now I can just show up here in this the depressed blank sweatshirt.
No, but the problem's going to be when they win the national championship and you can waltz right back in here and be like,
Yeah.
told you so.
Exactly.
Oh, that's my worst fear. Why'd you even put that in the what?
Oh, you just jinxed you guys.
Sorry, I dressed up as a Hoosier for this one, so
I'm going to get
here's that one.
before we get into the whole bracket reaction and everything. I'm assuming we all watched the Ohio State Indiana game.
Mhm.
Do you feel like that game will hold as much value going forward as it should? Like that was an all-time football game.
Yeah.
For a conference championship that they seemingly don't really matter anymore. It's not to go to a BCS bowl. It's just to get into a playoff that 12 other teams are in. Does that go down in history? It's not technically a rivalry game. It's not really playing for anything other than who got the 1 seed in a tournament that someone's going to be forgotten because they lost.
I don't think it's going to go down as like meaningless. I think it's still a big deal, and it's still, important, especially for Indiana, because of just the history of Indiana not winning these games, not getting to be number one in the AP poll ever. The last time they won the Big Ten championship was 1967, and then before that, we were just coming off the heels of World War II, for Christ's sake. So, like, it's been a long time, and it hasn't happened very often for them. Where Ohio State, it's like, if it's not every year, it's every other year that they're winning the Big Ten championship. So it's not that big of a deal. So it's a big deal for Indiana in this case because of the non-history of them having this type of success. But if it was like a Michigan in that spot, then it wouldn't have. Then it's kind of like how the SEC championship game would have kind of felt, where it's like it's meaningful in somewhat, but then also now you see the results of it, and it doesn't really mean that much, I guess.
It's the type of thing. Indiana's gonna be hanging up banners over this, and rightfully so. It's honestly what they've done the last 2 years is amazing. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, Indiana's gonna be hanging up banners over this, and they should. It's awesome. It is an all-time game for Indiana. If you're an Indiana fan, it's a game you're never gonna forget. Ohio State fans, I don't think they care. If I'm being honest, like I interact with a good bit of Ohio State fans in my Cleveland Browns fandom. I don't think any of them care, honestly. They're just like, oh, shucks. All right, on to the game we're going to be playing anyway, because now we're 2 and we dropped. Oh, well, like,
They were always looking at the national championship and not the Big Ten championship.
Well, that's kind of where I guess what I mean by this. 2006, Cooper, I know you were just a little boy, but
I was 6.
Ohio State and Michigan played as 1 and 2, and that was what final score the game. It's 43-42. I think Ohio State ended up going to the national championship. Was that the year that Florida curb stomped them? It was either Florida or LSU that curb stomped them that year, but that was the game. It was 1 and 2. It was high stakes. Winner goes to the national championship. Before the Big Ten had a Big Ten championship game, but that's essentially what this game was. But you ruin the importance of it by making it a 12-team playoff. It really didn't matter who won that game.
It ultimately, no. Yeah, as far as the grand scheme of things, you're right.
Doesn't get them a home
really
game.
Matter, but
they have to play each other at the end anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that kind of leads into this. Might make more sense to follow up with the whole Notre Dame thing, but the playoffs as they are, and that week of football really just not meaning much of anything. I'm sure you guys saw, and I was immediately thinking of Cooper when I saw it, the play-in idea, where I immediately thought of Cooper. I was like, man, this almost sounds like Cooper drew this one up. I think I might put that into our little group chat, but yeah, like, why not, when we have a week of conference championship games, make them actually mean more? Like, okay, you got the conference championship games, but no one else is playing. Why not settle this shit on the field? Like you were saying last week, all these teams that think they should be in face the teams that are in. Set your field that way.
I'm not a fan of playing games in like the NBA, but in like this case, exactly, yeah. Like if I guess we're leading into it now. If you're gonna have the way you determine who makes the playoffs based off of personal opinion, then you almost have to have some type of actual on play into who gets in. If it's such a like the top 10 are so like it's a certainty that like okay, those are somewhat separated. But the 11, 12, 13, 14, like those, it's kind of iffy. If you want to only do a couple of playing games there, like that's just an idea I have in my like right off the top of my head. But like at least somewhat where we've been having this debate now of like certain teams that are getting left out, Notre Dame, BYU, where we feel like BYU could beat Alabama or Notre Dame could beat Miami this time. Instead, we're just left to wonder.
Yeah, why not do it?
Yeah.
How do you set that up though? Who's going to play who?
It's to me,
it's
I would
messy.
say it how the NBA does it, where it's like, the top end seed of like 9 and 12 play each other, and then, or 9 and 12, and then 10 and 11. So you'd have somewhat, and then
Isn't it? It's like 7, 8, 9, 10, isn't it?
I'm just saying
It's something
based
like
off
I
of
see what
what,
you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, but
7, 8,
there,
10, but yeah, what you're going to have the same argument then when you get down to 10. Probably the point with the NBA is I don't think anyone cares once they get to like a 7 seed. You get 10 teams on either side in the NBA, and that's 2/3 of the league that made the playoffs. If you get down to 14 teams in college football, that's still less than 15% of teams that made the playoffs. You're still going to have that argument once you get down there. Well, this team should have been 14th instead.
You can make the playoff 100 teams. You're still gonna have arguments. That's never gonna change. But the idea of having these games where, and I don't know exactly how you format it, because even if you do say it's just a default number of teams in these slots, well, you're going to have some of those teams in conference championship games anyway. So in some way, you'd almost have to make it where, like, some of these teams, maybe if you're in a conference championship game, period, an expanded playoff, you would automatically get in because you're in that. But I don't know how exactly it formats, but I can tell you what, after this last weekend, if we're sitting there like, okay, well, we had Notre Dame and Miami play, and we had BYU and Alabama play, and we had Texas, and you just keep going down the list. A bunch of great games you could have had to determine who gets these last slots, and then you get your 2 weeks off, and you're into the playoff. It works just like a conference championship game for everybody. I don't know.
I think
It's a 13th week. It's another week.
To what you said, though, I think that the conference championship, to keep those meaningful, I think whoever wins those gets an automatic berth. It makes it meaningful, makes people want to watch those games, and also like that's one way of like earning your way in. And then again, as far as beyond that, like it's tough because under the system that we have where it's based off of personal opinion, it's hard to again fully determine who should get in. I think if the committee were to actually somewhat lay out hey, these are the actual criteria of how we determine who we pick over who, or if they were to say, okay, it's, number one is record or number one is head to head, or like, and then lay it out like these are the 3 or 5 reasons that we look at certain teams as far as being ahead of who and what, who you play, then it would help. That would be a gigantic help because at least then us as fans watching could go, okay, we can kind of see why you'd pick so and so over so and so, rather than randomly we pick the loser of the SEC championship game to stay in at 3 losses, but not the loser of the Big 12 championship game. What's the reason? Both got blown out. One actually lost their quarterback and the other one didn't. The other one had no running game and looked like not a playoff team at all. But yet that one got to stay in and BYU didn't.
They didn't even fall.
BYU's only 2 losses are to the same team who happens to be ranked 3rd in the country right now, 4th in the country.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's something else too. I saw that BYU actually posted on their X account.
Their metrics are better than all of those other teams.
Mm-hmm. They compared it to Miami and Notre Dame. Their strength of schedule is better. There's 22nd. Notre Dame's 44th and Miami's 45th. Strength of record is better. Theirs was 9th. Miami's was 14th and Notre Dame's was 13th. And like you said, BYU's only losses were to Texas Tech, or to Texas Tech twice. And then Notre Dame lost to Miami and A&M, and Miami lost to 2 8 and 4 teams. So by, again, that metric right there, BYU should be getting that last spot and not Miami or Notre Dame. But yet for some reason, where we say we don't want to punish people or teams for playing in conference championship games, and then we immediately punish a team for playing in a conference championship game.
Yeah. No, and even as a Notre Dame fan in this whole thing, my complaint wasn't necessarily that they got it. Well, I think they got it wrong in some sense, but I don't think it was necessarily the Miami over Notre Dame if you're going to have them next to each other. It's the fact it's that you told us since October that when both teams had the same record, you told us since October that we think you're better than Miami. You said that every single week until the last week, where both teams did not play a game, by the way, and you flipped them. It doesn't make sense. That's the problem. If you felt like Miami should have been ahead of Notre Dame, then you needed to do that in October, or you needed to do it sooner. Have Notre Dame back at 14th and Miami at 13th or whatever. Miami was like all the way up at 18th. Whatever. Notre Dame should have been 19th then, if it mattered that much. That's the problem. And then too, exactly what Cooper said. Why is BYU getting punished but Alabama isn't? I mean, even Ohio State moved. Like, granted, they're right next to each other, but still, like, what's the double standard? It's disgusting. It feels like politics.
Well, BYU wasn't BYU kind of their issue was the G5 team, right?
I was going to say, I think the issue is just the simple fact that they're not in the SEC.
Who jumped BYU?
I came to that conclusion.
Miami did.
Miami did, yeah.
Yeah.
They punished BYU for losing that game.
And again, Miami, like, again, to the point earlier, BYU only lost to Texas Tech, a top 4 team, and Miami lost to 2 8 and 4 teams. And this really feels like it's like, if you wanted to try to make the argument of like there's no bias in college football towards top end, schools in the Big Ten and SEC, there's no bias towards them. This is your shining example that there is. Like, there's literally no reason to bump BYU out of the college football playoff and at the same time keep Alabama in.
You know what would also justify this more is if Miami was the ACC conference champion, and the fact that Miami had to resort to a 5-team tiebreaker that somehow put a 7-5 Duke team into the conference championship really also makes this worse. If Miami were a 10-2 conference or 11-2 conference champion, and then they just take that bid that way, that's a lot easier for BYU to swallow at that point, with Notre Dame already being ranked ahead of them. Like, I understand the automatic bid and everything to begin with, but the fact that ACC doesn't have a conference champion in the playoff is a huge issue.
It's also
honestly, there's two things. One, BYU technically didn't get bumped from the playoff because they were never actually technically in, which is even more stupid because the 2G5 thing with the ACC being left out. So even if BYU stayed where they're at, they still would have missed out, which is still just crazy to me. But two, on the ACC top, like Miami not, God, it's just so weird because you can make the argument like, okay, well, with Miami not getting in through the ACC title game, it's like, is that maybe why they got in anyway? Is just because the ACC politicked their way into getting a spot? there's a lot of signs that point to that being the case. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but
Did you see the thing that had Miami, the replay of Miami on ACC Network
yeah,
for like 16 hours?
yeah. They were just replaying. Hey, and more power to them. The whole ACC Notre Dame dynamic right now is rather hilarious. But
Notre Dame's going to the Big Ten, and they're not going to enter the Big Ten. They're just going to play 5 Big Ten teams: Rutgers, Purdue, and who else sucks in the Big Ten? UCLA.
I will say, interestingly enough, listening to a podcast today. Me and Damien were kind of talking about it earlier before the show. There was 2 little tidbits that came out of said podcast, and these are, insiders in the know, national guys even. And the 2 things that came out of it were, one, did you guys see this thing with the ACC CCing Notre Dame on their smear campaign on how we're going to keep Notre Dame out of the playoffs? Because that was a thing. The ACC were they're putting out memos or whatever, and they accidentally tagged Notre Dame in their email on what they were doing. So that was hilarious. And 2, if Notre Dame were to actually join a conference right now, it would actually, according to people in the know, it would actually be more likely it would be the SEC, which is hilarious because that is such a weird, gross dynamic, and I hate it.
Notre Dame definitely feels like a Big Ten school.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, that's why it's like if they were to actually go to the SEC, like that would feel. It would feel
Notre
odd.
Dame is Big Ten or an American team. One or the other.
No, supposedly with those in the know, if it were to happen today with the people that are in charge, it would most likely be the SEC, which isn't even the first time I've heard that. There's been some weird rumors in Notre Dameville about that for a while. Again, I just don't see why that meshes. I mean, hell, all the teams that when we were all growing up that Notre Dame used to play every year are all in the Big Ten now, like all of them. It just seems like it would make sense, but kind of a funny thing. Why would you want to be? I don't know.
Besides,
really weird.
Besides the money they'd get from being in the Big Ten, why would they really want to join a conference? Because isn't there that rule being added? Well, I'm just saying, isn't there that rule being added for Notre Dame that if they're top 12 ranked, they're locked in the playoffs?
Yep.
So besides money that you'd get, besides the money that you'd get from joining a conference, I don't know why you would.
No, there's no reason they should. There's still no reason they should. I know that's been the big talking point this week, but at the end of the day,
why are you laughing so hard?
Because it's always centered around Notre Dame. The BCS rule that was Notre Dame. Oh, if Notre Dame's top 15 and they're 9
Oh,
that was a great time. That was that timing was perfect. I needed that. No, he's right though. He is totally right. That's just another. Even as a Notre Dame fan, I'm just laughing my ass off at that rule. But like, hey, I'll take it. Whatever. Oh,
you cut off right in the middle of your rant.
Oh, the BCS thing. It was Notre Dame. If they were 9-3 and ranked in the top 15, it was an automatic BCS bowl berth, no matter what.
Damn right it was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, no, it's been a big topic this week, and until there's an actual reason for Notre Dame to do it, they're not going to. There's no reason they should.
Yeah.
You got your own TV deal. You make the playoffs. You pocket all the money. You're not sharing it with a conference, and then the GOAT, Pete Vervaca, who I can't never say his last name, but he's the damn GOAT. He's literally he's like in the committee that governs the committee. It's kind of a He I guess he pushed for that rule to become a thing next year. I think too, if it becomes 16, it still applies, and we're just up to 16. Shit's falling off my desk.
Yeah. Don't worry, Hank's still frozen again. Hank, go reset your monitor or modem again.
Hank is frozen in the most disappointing way.
Yeah, he's just disappointed in everything. I also wanted to bring this up because speaking on the Notre Dame thing and all this stupid bracket talk, I love the fact that like if you go watch like ESPN or any of the other like big talking heads right now, the argument now is, well, Notre Dame and BYU being left out, the reason it's a reason why we shouldn't even really consider to have some of these other smaller G5 schools like a Tulane or a James Madison in the playoffs. It's like if you want to make the argument of like James Madison playing one of the easiest schedules this year, and that's why they're ranked and get to be in the college football playoff, and maybe they'll probably they will get blown out in their bowl game. Fine. But again, it doesn't change the fact that Alabama is just as not deserving of being in the playoffs as James Madison.
They'll never say that though.
No.
The whole dynamic, like watching all of these, and it was frustrating as a Notre Dame fan, but even watching it was like every game, every single game, they would end the broadcast or talk in the middle of the game, and it was all the ESPN games. It was like the fucking memo went out on what they were supposed to say, and it was, well, we know that Alabama should be in, so it's really just between Notre Dame and Miami. And then they don't even mention BYU. BYU is not even on the damn graphics, and I think it should be Miami. And that was the same thing every damn announcer in every fucking game over the weekend. It didn't matter what game you watch. You could watch, MAC Championship had them talking about it. It was just,
yeah, but ESPN
it's
has
gross.
no bias,
right? Yeah,
I got no bias towards the SEC because there's no vested interest in seeing an SEC team in the playoffs versus,
they have the ACC
else.
deal too, and that's all that's all their guys were pushing all week long. I don't like to be, salty conspiracy theorist and thing, but it's fucking annoying. Like it was just annoying. That's all I know. It was every game I watched. I'm just like, well, Hank changed it up. But it was like every damn game, and it's like, come on, just shut up. We know you like Alabama. We know you think the ACC and we know you don't know BYU exists because you never talk about them.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Honestly, I don't know how you stand on this, Adam, but I don't blame, because I know that there's a lot of other people that are taking pot shots at Notre Dame for bowing out of their bowl game this year after they got booted from the playoffs. I don't blame them at all. I mean, imagine, like, to your point, and like we've already been saying, imagine sitting there for weeks upon weeks upon weeks and being told you're better than so-and-so. Okay, no matter what the records say, no matter the fact that you technically lost to them, you're better than so-and-so. We have them ranked ahead of them. And then the very last minute, they change their mind. This is like, say if you had a buddy and you asked him like, hey, can you help me move? Yeah, sure. I got you. Like, I got to move in like a month. Okay. But I need somebody to help me get this big ass furniture out of my house. Like, I just need help. You're going to be able to help me, right? Yeah, sure. I got you. Next week, you can check in on him. Yeah. But you're still able to help me, right? Yeah. I got nothing going on that week. Don't worry about it. Week after that. Nothing changed, right? No weird emergency plan thing, right? You're still good to go and help me? Yeah, sure. The week of the move comes, you call him and he goes, nah, man, I can't help you. What do you mean you can't help me? No, I just can't. I just changed my mind. What do you mean? Like, do you have, like, is there emergency or something? Do you have something going on? No, I just can't. I'm not going to help you. What do you mean? Okay. Yeah, I'm just not gonna help you. But hey, in a couple weeks, I need you to help me move. I gotta move some stuff down the storage container. Can you help me do that? What? What is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're ahead of Miami for all these weeks. All these weeks you're ahead of Miami. But right before the playoffs happen, we're not gonna put you in. Miami's actually ahead of you. But, oh, hey, by the way, in a couple weeks, can you show up to blank-ass bowl game to play fucking some other small team that went 7-5 that you'll probably decimate? Can you just show up for that? Like, no, fuck you. I'm not going to show up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, there's so many bowl games, and I know you guys like your bowl games, and maybe you want to keep, like, some of, like, the the traditional ones, the Rose Bowl, like the ones that actually people care about and matter. I don't know how many people care about the Pop-Tart Bowl. I don't know how many. Okay, you love your Pop-Tarts.
Define care, but yeah.
But like I went to the Mayo Bowl last year. Like, okay, it was cool and fun to go to, but at the end of the day, like, who really cares about the Mayo Bowl? Do we really need a bowl for every team that like went 6-6? Like, I think honestly, it would make bowl games matter more if there were less of them, because it would mean more to actually make a bowl game. You'd have to actually be that much of a better team to make a bowl game. And that's why I don't really blame Notre Dame for being just like, screw you guys. We're not going to show up for a bowl game. Pick somebody else.
Well, you couldn't have said it better. You sound like shit, but you're good. We can hear you.
I can't hear Adam.
We can hear you.
We got
you.
you.
Me?
I can hear Cooper. I can't hear Adam.
That's crazy.
It sounds like personal choice.
Yeah, you gotta unmute me. And I know you got sick of it, but you gotta. No, but your analogy on the whole friend moving thing, that's great. I couldn't have put it a better way myself, but fucking Hank. It is worth noting with the Notre Dame sitting out of the bowl game, though. It was a player vote. It wasn't necessarily Notre Dame as an organization giving the middle finger to anybody.
Yeah.
But I get it. I wouldn't want to either. I get it. And fucking Hank needs to reset. Killing me. Losing my train of thought now.
This is his show, and he has destroyed this thing more than any one of us.
It just looks like he's messing with me.
He's not. That's what makes it better.
Tell the man to read. Tell the man to rejoin. This is reset. He
says to reset, rejoin, or something. Figure something out here, or learn how to lip read.
I can't even focus anymore. My goodness, this guy. Great analogy. You nailed it. I don't blame him either. I wouldn't want to. It is what it is. I don't think it was meant to be a middle finger to anybody. The way Pete described it for the team was kind of a like, hey, we felt really good about this team. We felt like we left a great legacy. We play a bowl game. It's not even going to be the same team. Like half the starters are going to sit out anyway. We would rather just leave this team as it is because there's nothing to gain from playing that game anyway. Like you either play a close game against a bad team and everyone's like, oh, see, or you beat the shit out of a team and it doesn't change anything. So what's the point? I get it. They don't have a conference to answer to who's going to fine them for not playing in the game. So, hey, you don't want to, don't do it. Who cares?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, like to your point, like bowl games now, that's another reason why they're kind of meaningless is there's so many guys that just choose not to play the bowl game because in all honesty, all the best guys who might go to the draft are going to say, why am I going to play an extra game? That means literally zero to me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry. I don't have, there's a lot of guys that just don't have the personal connection to said school because a lot of them just move around so much. But on top of all that, like what's the real benefit to me as a player? Do I get any, real financial benefit from playing this game? All it really is for the guys who have a good chance of going high in the draft is just an extra chance to hurt yourself and then lose yourself money and drop down the draft because you tore an Achilles or you something stupid in a meaningless game in a lot of ways. It's fun for us fans, like I said earlier about the whole like follow your team to whatever city and get to watch them for another game and kind of just like a last minute fun thing. But besides that, like there's really not a whole lot of meaning to him, to me.
You better let Hank in before he has an aneurysm.
I know. Rose Bowl, like those type of bowls like the Rose Bowl, kill yourself. the top
I'm
end.
not gonna Sherrone Moore myself.
Oh, there it is. Come on, that's just breaking news. Come on.
I don't know.
Too
Anyways,
soon.
we've beat this thing to death. We know.
Can I slam that one home too?
Sure.
Like Sherrone Moore and his wife.
Oh.
Can you hear me now? Are you good?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not miming to me anymore.
Do we want to talk about Sherrone Moore now?
As well.
I think we just did.
Yeah. I mean, this happened right before we went live, or we're not live, after we started recording the Bat Flip Entertainment College Football show. So I don't think anyone really knows much anything outside of rumors, but holy cow. Holy shit. This is amazing.
As
God, I
first
love college
reported,
football.
I did predict he would be the next big name fired. I didn't say why, but I did predict that he would be the next big name fired.
Yeah, I
Impressive.
didn't think it would be now. I remember in that conversation, I thought it would be sometime next year. They would give him a whole nother year because of, I mean, they were still a ranked team. But I guess as far as like, because right before we started recording, you try to look around and see as much as you can. Obviously, the main thing that's going around is everybody saying that he threatened to kill himself to his wife, and then went to the person who he cheated on his wife with and said, we're going to kill each other. Like, you know, I'm going to kill myself and you're going to kill yourself, or like, I'm going to kill you. And it's a gigantic mess, to say the least. And then I was listening to some videos and reading some stuff, and supposedly, I guess, to some people that had the story, like reporters that had the story, but didn't want to say it out loud, which I don't really know how true it is if you're a reporter and you have a story and you want to just hold on to it and, you know, don't actually say anything. But I guess this has been something that's been talked about for a while now, and it's been a real rumor that has turned out to be true among people. Like, I guess agents have kind of known this could possibly happen, that Michigan was going to let Sherrone Moore go due to cause. So obviously we're not in the know of these things, and we had no real way of knowing if that's true or not. But to me personally, the Sherrone Moore, like, it's just insane. You get an amazing job like that with Michigan. If you don't like your wife or you don't love her anymore, just divorce her. I don't know. I also don't know why you would choose to, in a workplace, have some sort of sexual affair with somebody. It's just a odd thing. Like, I mean, there's anybody that you could have chosen. I mean, I don't know. It's just not something that that I would choose to do. Like I said, like, just if you don't like your wife anymore, you don't love her, just divorce her. Don't
This is so
ruin your
stupid.
life. Like, he's ruined his life. His life's over now. If all of this stuff is really true and like what everybody's saying is, you know, going to come out in police reports, like, his life's over.
The crazy thing is, by the time this goes live tomorrow, we'll probably know like a lot more. So at this point, it's just kind of like, holy crap, this is crazy and hard not to laugh at. But at the same time, it's like, man, I hope nothing bad happens between now and tomorrow, because we're gonna look like assholes, and we are assholes. It's all right.
Maybe it'll be our most viewed video.
I'll clip it.
Yeah.
See a therapist if you're having issues.
Yeah, let's end it with that. Yeah, see a therapist if you're knocking up coworker or your employees.
Trying to. Yeah. I don't know. It's a rough spot that I don't wish for anybody. Like I said, though, bad personal choices from months ago, I guess, to all the way to today. And I think today was the worst choices you could have made. You could have handled it with a bit of patience, a bit of, you know, keep your head on your shoulders and not up your ass, and don't act like it's the end of the world.
We have seen.
There have been how many coaches in college and in football, like in general, the coaches across all sports that have personal issues behind the scenes that come out into the public. And sure, maybe you're not the most hireable person right out of the gate, but it's not like your career is over. It's not like your life is over. It's not worth having a mental breakdown and going around, threatening to kill yourself and kill other people. Like, it really isn't. You cheat on your wife. Good. Hey, what is it? 45% of marriages in the United States end up in divorce. You're not alone, buddy. Like, that's most people. It's not worth ending, and maybe not actually ending your life, but almost really ending your life over. It's not worth it.
Yeah, you can be the head coach at, I don't know, Michigan Tech.
Let's say, wasn't that?
That's in a commercial.
Yeah.
I think Michigan Tech is a school in a commercial.
It's perfect.
Look at
You can be in
Urban
a
Meyer.
commercial.
Urban Meyer had that weird thing when he was over in Jacksonville where he was hanging out at bars. What was it, like the night
That
before a
was at
game?
Ohio State.
No, I thought he was at Jacksonville. It was during that terrible season when he had Trevor Lawrence as his quarterback.
Oh,
They
that
went,
initial season.
Yeah, that Trevor
I thought
Lawrence
it was
is, like,
I thought that
rookie
was at
year.
Ohio State, and that's what got him
It
to
was.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
No, I thought it
think
was
so.
happening at Jacksonville, and then that's.
I mean, it probably was, but
Maybe he was like in Ohio when it happened, but I swear
Well,
he
he
was.
was.
Yeah, but I swear it was with Jack. But like, look at him. Is his life over? He's on the
Yeah.
Big Noon kickoff show. He's fine. Sherrone, you would have been fine.
yeah, yeah. I will say though, the guy is kind of an emotional roller coaster. We got to see that on TV
Yeah.
a couple times, so it's not, this is what it is.
Good luck to him.
Get
Now
better.
that attack is over, Cooper.
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to point it out. Move on.
Heisman.
As far as like the top four, like the four that got selected, I'm not too surprised by. I guess the Diego Pavia one, I'm a bit surprised that they invited him. I thought they would just do the three.
Yeah, I see your point, I guess. You already had we know who's going to win.
Yeah.
You didn't need to invite anyone. We know who's going to win. Pavia, I can see your point. You already have the Pavia story in a way with Mendoza. So you don't really need that underdog, the extra underdog there.
Yeah, it was. I think they got the right four. I guess I probably won't. I don't even know if I would invite Sayan. Why would we do that?
True freshman is really what that boils down to, and he completed over 80% of his passes.
Plus, he in their category. He's the best. He's the quarterback of the second best team now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they have to
right.
invite
That
him.
matters. Yeah. He's not the best player on his team. There's two other players on the team that should be probably more than that on that team that should be there before he is. But
there's
whatever.
at least five.
Yeah,
at least five.
Yeah, that's still the only thing that bugs me most about the Sayan thing. You're just sitting there looking at it. It's like, man, he's like not even the best player on his own team. Can we at least start there? He's great. He's gonna be a great quarterback. He'll probably be there again. But I don't know.
He'll be just like every other Ohio State quarterback that throws the ball to receivers that are wide open. He'll win a Heisman or win a few awards, go to the NFL, and flame out.
There's only one that's the exception to that.
Thus far, he can't keep his head off the ground.
Yeah, I know. They're doing better now, though. Stroud's getting them back into the playoffs. Don't talk about the Colts, though. Guy behind the camera will get mad.
What do you mean? They got Grandpa coming in.
Yeah, he just had
Grandpa's
that's ever happened to him just happened.
See, here he comes.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Try again.
Uncle Phil.
Oh,
there it is.
Right.
Now Damien's ecstatic. Are you kidding me? This is this is the best season he's ever had. I'm ecstatic. Come on, can I get a?
Nope, now he's gone.
Not me this time.
Yeah.
No, there you
Yeah, well.
This
you
thing
know.
has completely gone off the rails.
dead ass.
Hey, you
Oh
guys
my
want to do
God.
our final 12 of the season? Our final
Yes.
rankings? I am anxious to see where Cooper has IU ranked.
I'm going to have to hold myself back from actually vomiting.
You poor guy.
I know.
Go ahead.
Number
Cooper,
one
you
is number one's Indiana. Are you proud of me now? What is this camera angle, Hank?
Who's number 2?
Oh my God. Ohio
I
State.
can't do anything about it.
I know. It's just like Ohio State's still number 2. I still think that those two teams are light years ahead of everybody else. Georgia is 3 and Texas Tech is 4. So how they have them ranked in the college football playoff.
Hank, your turn.
Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, Mississippi.
Ooh.
Okay. I've got IU at 1. I've got Texas Tech at 2. Got Ohio State at 3 and UGA at 4.
That's a fair. Yeah.
I love Texas Tech, dude. I love Texas Tech. They do not get enough respect.
Which one didn't you like in my top 4?
I was surprised by Ole Miss.
I think I had Ole Miss at 4 last week, but that Texas Tech beating of BYU made me flip them. Because at 5, I do have Ole Miss. I don't care if Lane Kiffin's there or not. They've earned that spot. Oregon at 6. I have A&M at 7, and I don't care what the committee says. Notre Dame's at 8.
Hank.
I have Oregon at 5, Texas Tech at 6, A&M 7, and BYU at 8.
So not high on Texas Tech.
I think
You're high on BYU, so that's why
I think you could rank Mississippi, Oregon, and Texas Tech in any way possible. I put Texas Tech 6 based solely on their singular loss, like the other two, and what it was.
Fair enough.
Texas Tech was Arizona State. Oregon lost to the best damn team in the country, and Ole Miss lost to number 3.
Counter argument for Texas Tech didn't have their quarterback for that game. That's the only reason I have them, besides they do, because obviously their losses out of the teams that are up there, they have the worst loss, but I hardly even want to count it, just because of the situation. But that's just the way I look at it. Oregon 5, Texas A&M 6, Ole Miss 7, and I also have Notre Dame at 8.
Nice.
Yeah, and as the man behind it, losses don't count now, so it's true. You can just rank them however you want. Losses don't count.
Yep. You really could have Navy at number 1 then.
Yeah, restart. What the hell?
Yeah.
Navy 1, West Virginia 2, Hawaii 3.
You could put Sam Houston if you wanted in that top 12.
Delaware.
9, I have Oklahoma. 10, BYU. 11, I have Miami, and I have Utah at 12. So, yeah, no Alabama in my top 12 at all.
Hank.
I have Oklahoma at 9, Miami at 10, Notre Dame 11, and Vanderbilt at 12.
Ooh, the old Vandy. I'm looking. I also have, I think all 3 of us have OU at 9. I agree with Cooper. I have BYU at 10. I have Bama at 11 and Utah at 12. And I still don't like Bama at 11. I still think it should be lower. But I'm trying to be consistent, unlike the committee was.
Both of you said that BYU hasn't got a lot of love, and neither of you gave them a lot of love.
To be in the playoff.
Yeah, I have them 10th. So, yeah, they'd be in right now. Maybe
You
that
guys have
last
a
team in.
couple 2-loss teams ahead of them.
OU has better wins.
Yeah.
That's all.
What's Oklahoma's big win?
They have better wins, Hank.
What's their big win?
Alabama. Not wait, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm about to pull up their schedule again. But
Yeah. Who I have ranked at 11, but it's not Alabama, so we don't like them.
I'm just curious. That's all.
Yeah, I have Utah at 12. Well, see, that's the thing, though, is I have Utah at 12. I'm justified. I have Bama at 11. Oh, so AU goes at 9, BYU goes at 10. Makes sense.
What's Oklahoma's best win?
Oh.
Besides Alabama.
They're in the SEC. It's all of them.
hold on, we're pulling up their schedule.
Oh, you started
my
asking
God,
questions.
it's
I just
almost
don't
like
have
we had a
OU's.
stats department.
Oh my gosh.
He's asleep at the
You
wheel.
don't have OU's entire schedule?
They beat Tennessee in Neyland.
They beat Michigan, who was ranked. They beat Auburn while they were ranked, but Auburn apparently is worthy of moving up, as you saw with Alabama. Lost to Texas, not good, and then the loss to Ole Miss is apparently good.
I mean,
it's a harder schedule than what BYU had.
yeah. I mean, Texas is
Better
really their
Because
only
of numbers?
Well, no, Texas is really their only bad loss.
That's
The
not
Ole
even
Miss-
really bad according to numbers. It's just a
23-6 loss to me. I'd say is not
Mateer,
great.
it was the game Mateer was hurt too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But I mean, Michigan ended up being a highly ranked team this year, and Alabama, Missouri, Tennessee. Those are still good teams. Maybe not top 12 ranked teams, but they're still good wins.
No, I feel pretty confident with that BYU at 10.
If we compare it, say, to
I'm just looking at BYU versus in Oklahoma. I think the Big 12
Have you watched
was underrated this year.
well,
Yes, but have you watched OU play football the last couple of weeks?
It's awful.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I think they were at the time when it looked like we were going to get Notre Dame versus OU. I think Notre Dame was like 8.5-point favorites in that game, like the early. It's so, yeah. I just think OU. If we're just eye test, I would probably have OU lower, but we're not just eye testing around here.
BYU's biggest win is against Utah, and besides that, it's a seemingly kind of a steep drop off in talent wise as far as other teams. I mean, if you list them
The
off,
Big 12 was top heavy this year.
Yeah.
Looks like
Iowa State, TCU, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Colorado was abysmally bad. I mean,
do me a
Keep
favor.
in mind,
Oh,
Arizona is 17th.
Not mine.
I mean,
The teams Oklahoma played that were ranked are not ranked.
I have them literally one.
Michigan?
Like the Oklahoma. Yeah, I was gonna say
Auburn,
Michigan,
Tennessee. Is Missouri ranked now?
Not
Are they
anymore.
re-ranked again?
I don't believe so.
So you're counting 3 or 4 ranked. I get that they count as ranked wins, but
I don't. I look at it the end result too, not the. I hear what you're saying. I think that argument. Oh well, we beat ranked Auburn is absolutely stupid, but apparently it means something to the committee because you move Alabama up for almost losing to them. So
I don't think Auburn's a bad 5-7 team. Like they very easily.
They're a
could have
good
been
5-7. They're really good for a 5-7 team.
It's Sam Houston State when they were 0-11.
Best 0-11 team out there.
Right.
You're right. That 5-7 at Auburn is at least like a 7-5 team for sure.
All right. You want to go through the first week of bowls?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Adam.
finish it up with some good old bowl games. I got them all up here. We're gonna do everything up to the first playoff game. Next week's episode is gonna be a lot more just prediction based. We'll probably do a bracket. We threw out the idea of all three of us like just voting on each round, and we'll just have like you could do it that way. If you guys want to do it, and then we're gonna pick the rest of the bowl games after that too. So next week's a really prediction heavy show. We'll probably have some more Sherrone Moore news, I'm sure. Hank's favorite topic. Troy takes on. I already goofed it up. Yep, I already goofed it up. It's Jack State. And that's not what my thing says. My thing says JMU. That's not JMU. Why do I have JMU written down? I don't know.
It's Jack State.
Goodness. Okay. Great
I
start.
picked Jack State.
Hold on, we gotta get the spread. We gotta get to it. The first. Okay, hold on.
If
Time
we
out.
had a
It's
stats
Troy.
department worth of shit.
Troy versus Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State is favored by, or Troy is favored by 3 points.
I'm taking this podcast back over.
Dude, just this is just
Yeah.
this is
All
this
right,
10
so you have
o'clock crap.
Troy versus Jacksonville State. The spread is -3 to Troy.
Are you not going to bring him back?
No. No, I'm not bringing him back. He doesn't even know what he's doing over there. All right, he get a working internet and you can come back, buddy.
His
Oh
internet
my
is
gosh.
actually now. That's what's funny. It's just on his phone. There we go.
I'm having so much fun. This is great.
Yeah, so Troy.
And you know
State,
what? I scrolled down. I
spread
have
is
him right now. I wrote him down twice.
I think you had the conference championship games because that was Troy versus
Yep,
JMU.
I did. Yep.
Anyway, so it's 3 there. What the over under is
I can't hear
46 and a
David.
half. All right. We're just gonna move on without Hank in here.
It's the most infuriating thing of all time to watch someone sit and talk, and you think they are just messing with you.
Totally not.
Especially, look at his face. Look at that dumb little grin that he's got going on there.
Nothing going on. Anyways, Cooper, who do you pick? Troy
He's
or
doing it on
Jack
purpose.
State?
All of you guys.
Anyways, I do want to point this out since I had the Ohio State thing wrong last week. I want to point out something I did get wrong that you two, or that I got right that you two got wrong.
No one cares.
Shut up.
Pick Troy, Jack State.
I picked
Adam, Troy, or Jack State?
I like
Kennesaw State
I like
over
no,
Jack State last week at the conference championship game. You
Now I
guys were
can't
wrong
hear
about
anyone.
that. I'm picking Jack State anyways, though.
All right. Adam?
I got Jack State.
All right. I think Hank was saying that he wanted Troy, so he gets Troy.
He gets Troy.
Let's. So we have to talk about the game that got added on to National Championship Day. It's really making everyone mad here. Boise against Washington on the 13th. That is a 9.5 point spread for Washington at the moment. Over unders 52.5.
Boise to cover, Washington wins.
I don't think Boise's covering. I think Washington wins outright.
So let's go to the next one is Old Dominion versus South Florida. This is a 3 point spread for South Florida over under 53.5.
Tough one. Give me USF. They tend to play really well. Yeah, give me USF.
Okay.
I agree with Adam. Give me USF.
USF.
You want to try and make a pick now? Okay, still not hear anyone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, we can't hear him now.
Hey.
No, we can.
Oh, Damien.
Don't
Don't
start.
start fucking with them.
I just wanted to start messing with it. All right,
What's
so
the pick?
Hank, you got given Troy. To save
I
the
said
screen.
Jack State.
You
It
did.
doesn't matter. You to save the screen, you got Troy. You got Boise and Washington real quick. It's a 9.5 point
Washington.
spread for Washington.
Take Washington.
Now we're at Old Dominion, South Florida. South Florida is a 3-point favorite.
Did Old Dominion's quarterback transfer? Is he not playing?
Don't know.
If he's not, then South Florida.
No,
South Florida, no matter what.
Okay. Cooper.
I already said USF.
Okay. We got Louisiana Lafayette versus Delaware Blue Hens. It's a 3-point spread for Louisiana.
Blue Hens all day.
I agree. Give me Delaware.
Right?
Delaware.
All right. We got Missouri State and Arkansas State. It's a 2.5 point spread for Missouri State.
Arkansas State wins, covers. Well, they'd have to cover if they win. So they're going to do both anyway. That's how good they are.
Okay.
Arkansas State. Yeah, I agree.
Arkansas State. Also, what?
Go ahead.
Neither Byron Brown nor the Old Dominion quarterback are playing in that bowl game. Colton Joseph.
Next, we got Kennesaw State versus Western Michigan. This is a 4-point spread for Western Michigan. Over under 49.5 on this one.
Western Michigan. MAC champions, are you kidding me? Western Michigan all day.
Eat a dick, Adam. Kennesaw State.
Oh,
Picked them last week, picking them again this week.
Disgusting.
all right. Cooper or
In
Hank,
two
I'm guessing
different
you're on
ways.
Western Michigan.
You don't bet against the MAC in bowl games.
Hey,
That I don't think Cooper understands.
I didn't understand it until it was too late. Keep going. Keep going.
No. Let's simmer on this one for a second.
Nope. I'll remove myself from the. I'm going to remove myself.
All right. Last one before the playoff games start. Memphis versus NC State. This is a 5.5 point spread for NC State. 57.5 over under.
Fuck the ACC. Memphis wins by a million.
I agree. I take Memphis here.
Oh, yeah.
What conference is Memphis in, Cooper?
One of them. The American.
You don't bet against the MAC in bowl season. Yeah, Kennesaw State.
This has been a long ass show.
And we wonder why he had IU ranked 2 all year. There it is.
Too soon.
Anyways, that leads up all the bowl games up until Alabama, Oklahoma, which is that Friday, December 19th, that night. So it's all of the predictions. I guess we'll be back next week. For
we got to pick the national championship.
Oh, we'll do have to pick the national championship, which we already know. Army versus Navy, the national championship game. Right? It's stupid that bowl games are getting added to that day. Let's be honest here. America deserves better. We deserve better. The MAC deserves better, right, Cooper?
I'm going to boycott football.
I'm never gonna let that down.
I'm going to boycott football from the end of the Army-Navy game to the beginning of the bowl game that night.
Okay.
Good call. Yep, good call.
Good call there. Anyways,
That's
go
how
Army, beat
irritated
Navy. It is a 6-point spread for Navy, though.
Go Navy, beat Army.
Yeah, Navy's gonna crush him.
Heisman Horvath.
You guys are all go Army, beat Navy.
Disgusting.
Only one I'm making a pick in.
Yep.
It's that one. All right. You guys take show back over.
All right, that's pretty much it. Does anyone else have any other closing arguments?
Yeah, I want Cooper to name all the MAC teams.
I can't hear Adam now. I can't hear either of you.
We gotta.
Can you hear
You're
me
doing
now?
it on purpose.
Can you hear me? No, he can't name.
Yeah,
he can't hear me.
Can you hear me?
You have to be doing it on purpose.
No.
You can't even hear me
literally
now.
Okay, this is hilarious. Well, this is going off the rails. We'll be back next week to predict the college football playoff games. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Bat Phillip Entertainment College Football Show, and we'll catch you guys back next week.